What's up, everyone? Aaron here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Iron Factory's IF EX-55 Surfing Arrow. This is Iron Factory's take on Seaspray, and it's a pretty cool bot in both modes. So let's not waste any more time. We'll dive right into it. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'll see myself out after the review for that one. Let's look at his accessories. So here's the box he comes in. It's what you would expect from Iron Factory at this point. Color-coded product shots, more product shots, Weibo links. You got it. Instructions, as is par for the course. And as far as his actual accessories, he will come with 3 alternate sets of hands. He will come installed with a pair of fists. All these are just in cast blue plastic, so they match well enough. He has a pair of gripping hands. He has another set of gripping hands with the angle cut into it like they've been doing with their samurai figures. So if you've got a sword you want to give Seaspray, you're in luck. And finally, a set of open palm hands. So they all look pretty good. And the only other accessory he will have is his harpoon weapon, which, as you can see, just plugs in right there underneath him in alt mode. And you can flip the handle down. And it looks pretty cool. Got some of their trademark gunmetal paint on there. Got some nice sculpted detail, and yeah, I think it makes sense that he would have a harpoon gun. So I am here for it. Now, I've got him in alt mode to start out here because while his transformation is pretty simple, it's very fidgety for me, especially in lining up this right here. His arms, which are meant to be his turbines here in this mode, or whatever you want to call them, his engines, they have a real tendency, especially if you tab in all the way here, where it's meant to tab together right here. It will end up angling them and makes it weird looking to me. I mean, the transformation is complete. It just gives it some very weird angles. And I don't care for it. So it's very fidgety in regards to getting everything aligned precisely. So I figured I'd show it to you first in this mode. While I've got it looking pretty nice, as opposed to a robot to alt mode transformation. But I like this alt mode a lot. It's very cool. It's a very unique looking sort of aquacraft, you know. I don't know if we can really still call him a hovercraft or whatever. It's just some very stylized alien watercraft, and I really dig it for that. Still recognizable as Seaspray, in my opinion. Not a lot of paint, just the usual in regards to Iron Factory. You got some accents where you need it. Some black here, silver here, some on his chest, a little bit up here. This is actually painted. This clear plastic piece. This is white, but it's painted. So it looks good though. I think Iron Factory does a good job of matching plastic color, in my opinion. So their figures always look pretty good without having to go the extra mile for paint. But really like the translucent canopy here for the cockpit or whatever you want to call it. Looks really cool. He does actually have here a couple of little translucent fog lights or something here. They're little translucent plastic pieces in here. I don't know why it will. There we go. Nice little touch. I mean, they don't do anything, but cool to see it on there. So, not bad. And not a whole lot else to say about him in this mode. I mean, I like it enough for sure. I think it's a very cool design, in my opinion. So, and I mean, you can see pretty much everything going on, but I think it works pretty well. So, let's do some alt mode comparisons and we'll move on with it. And there's not a lot of boat formers, or at least ones that have a lot of toys made for them. So here he is with my usual car comparisons: Magic Square, New Age, Iron Factory, and Hasbro Legends class. So you can get an idea of his size there. Let's go ahead and get him transformed. And so here's Seaspray in his robot mode, and I love this mode. Before we say anything else, we'll go ahead and get into this since you just humorously saw it. But these hands do just swap out. Since I didn't show them in alt mode, they do just swap out. They're on a very simple ball peg, and it's a pretty small one. I don't think you're gonna just break it off, but don't manhandle it either. But due to that, they are prone to popping off if you give a bit of excessive force, but that's fine. It's not a negative, just something to note. But yeah, here's Seaspray in his robot mode, and I love it. He's just got this very stout, beefy, kind of like, come on, push me over, bro. Kind of look to him. Like I dig it a lot. He just looks like a bot with some power too. He doesn't feel as scrawny as some of the other Seasprays of other incarnations, if you will. So, uh, transformation, like I said, very easy, very intuitive. It's just going back into alt mode. It's going to take you a little while to make sure everything's lined up pretty well. At least it does me to the way I like it. So, but yeah, looking great. As far as other paint, you can see he does have a little bit on his face. He's got blue eyes and a little bit of silver face paint there. But great head sculpt, and all the rest of the paint you've pretty much seen on him. But I like how this alt mode looks, cleans up very nicely in my opinion. If you want to still use his weapon, you can just leave it plugged in there for weapon storage. But he needs his harpoon gun in his hand. So let's take a look at his articulation real quick. Now you may have to cheat a little bit to show some of this and pull this stuff back a little bit, but his head is on a ball joint, and so you're going to get plenty of down, plenty of up, tons of attitude, and he can go 360. As you saw, he went 180 in transformation. Yeah, so arms are on a ball joint and they're on a hinge, so you can get down as you saw in transformation, and everything else you would expect. You can angle these flaps now that they are no longer locked down in alt mode however you like. As far as that goes, bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows just due to the way his arms have to transform, and the wrists obviously rotate due to how they swap out. You saw waist rotation during transformation as well. He does have a little bit sort of ab crunch if you want to cheat and say that that's ab crunch by moving this piece right here. T-ball joints at the legs, so full splits all the way forward and back. Thigh rotation, as well as that joint you saw for transformation if you want to use it. He does have double jointed knees for more than 180. Not 180, more than 180. More than 90. Ugh. I am really mixing my numbers up today, you guys. Forgive me. Toes down, and they are on a rocker. So you can get that far and about the same direction that way. And then, as you saw, he does have a fall down heel to help with posability. So yeah, articulation, in my opinion, is very good on this guy. I mean, it's pretty much par for the course with Iron Factory. You know, some of them may be a little more expensive, but I personally haven't had very many QC issues throughout their entire line, and this is another great addition, in my opinion. So, let's do some size comparisons with our little C guy here in robot mode. So here he is with some Iron Factory bots, 3 of his fellow 1985 mini vehicles as they were marketed in Warpath, Beachcomber, and Powerglide, and of course our boy Runabout so he doesn't feel left out. And here he is with New Age Cosmos, Magic Square, Seaspray, and Hasbro Combined Wars Warpath for some more 1985 mini vehicle goodness. Final thoughts on Iron Factory's Surfing Arrow. This is a great figure in my opinion. The only negative I can even think of is my problems in lining up specifically his arms in alt mode to have them nice and flush the way they should look. That could be a subjective problem though. You may not have that problem with me, but it seems to have been a problem with me every time I've transformed this guy. But that aside, everything looks great in both modes. I love the design in both modes. The materials, as with almost all Iron Factory products, they feel great. And he's just a beefy, sturdy little bot that is fun to pose around and looks great while doing it, in my opinion. So go pick him up. That's my word of advice. So hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good one. Till next time.